Hello and welcome to another exciting Blender tutorial. We're going to be continuing the short film. Let's get into it. Okay, so making more progress on the short film dump run. Let's figure out where we're up to now. So we have, last time we were working on this guy here and this moment when the arm reaches down and grabs. We've got this nice little swing animation. So I'm going to do some secondary animation, I think, to start off with. Not secondary animation, but just animating this guy, our little droid, getting his poses in place for this whole little deal. And then we're going to start working out the cameras and maybe figure out a little bit of this, this next moment. So let's jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and use this view once again to kind of help me plot this out. Since we don't really have a camera yet, I'm going to extend I've got my clip start turned way up, so I'm just going to turn that down and come right in here and let's have a look. So come forward, he jumps, he grabs. So as he swings forward, I'm going to have get a pose to line up with this keyframe here. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to, I need to go ahead and turn key map tab for pie menu back on and pose mode. And let's see, I'm going to grab X. Just like this. And let's just step through these. So up, up, up. Might relax the pose a little bit. Right here, let's do it the opposite way. So grab X, rotate, getting a little bit off. His legs are a bit funny for this angle, but that's all right. Just move the poles out. Just pop these legs up a little bit. Again with the squash and stretch. I'm just going to take my view clip start, just put it back down to 0.1 so I can get real close to things. So you can see how he's elongated, right here, this elongated shape. Then we pop up. So that's squash and stretch at play. And then right here, I can probably extend these guys down a bit. Okay, let's swing his legs up. Like that. Okay, so his feet would be quite up here, I think. And like this. So we can get an angle we can see. Might even have him out further. Like this. bringing his feet back like he's going to try and catch himself maybe. And that's the moment he lets go. So we can extend this down, and then let's figure out what's going on with this guy. Do we have that constraint still on him? So belt, first robot arm, and this is the second robot arm, and our influence is 0. So that means good. So we've animated that. So we're good to bring him down. And just make sure, I might just reset him at this point. That's something I find is really helpful when animating with character rigs, is every now and then, because you end up moving all the bits and parts and, you know, placing everything everywhere. It's a good idea to just reset every now and then. So A to select all, F3, clear, pose, where is it? Clear transform all. That just resets him back to the default pose. And then you notice, no, you don't get any weird rotations, and it's a good safety. All right, so let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's probably enough to be back on the ground. Do we have an actual transform keyframe here where he lands on the ground? Looks like we do. Object transform. No, actually, it's not. Something else. Oh, it's because the influence is being animated. All right, that's fine. So he's got that little snake motion. And that has to do with these influences being animated. So we can either just do them all in one frame, like this. It's probably the best idea because that's going to give us the control we need. So let's go ahead and we'll get a pose going here. Maybe lift his head up like he's dropped. And then we'll, let's see, I'll go to object mode, and I'll just bring him back a bit. So right here, let's go into pose mode. Let's find his feet. And we can just select the feet themselves, and we can F3, reset, clear, transform all. Is that going to do everything? No, it just does the ones we selected. Right, good. So that's cool. I might go back to object mode and just get this position just right. So he's standing on the platform itself. That's good. And then we can go back to pose mode. Let's see. Oops, wrong character. Pose mode. There we go. All right, let's see. I'll bring this down. And then back up like that. He's kind of looking at what just happened. All right, that should do it. So let's just go back a little bit, watch this all again. So he jumps, gets caught. It's a little hard to tell how his motion's working, but we'll know more once we've got it all actually, you know, Bezier out in animating. So, okay, cool. Now, next thing to do is, I think we just need to do the coverage on this, or maybe I might just play out this action just a little bit. So a little bit further. So he's going to go back towards the crusher, and then he's looking. I'm just checking out the storyboards here. So he's looking back. He looks ahead, looks back again. Actually, I'll just extend my timeout. Let's just watch how I've played this out. It looks back, looks that way, looks this way. He's getting closer and closer. Oh, that's right, we're gonna have the two arms snatched at each other. It's going to be epic. And then he jumps out. Right. So it needs to be going back towards the smasher all the way until... Did I intend that to be like a camera move? Is that the camera spinning around him? Might be. But the gist is he starts running around here to get away. And the whole point of this section is for him to make a decision to try again. And that's kind of the key thing. It's like showing him as a character making a decision to try again. So let's see. So if this is the point, let's get this. Let's see what it looks like when we get our belt controller. And let me have a look at... What mode am I in? Pause mode. That's why it's not working. Belt control. There we go. All right. So if we were to do this right here, I would need to insert a keyframe and then grab Y until it matches the general arc here. What was that? Yeah, control middle mouse button. That's what it was. All right, that looks pretty straight. So that moves all the rubbish to here, but that shouldn't be an issue. We can always reset the position of everything, but where does that put him by the time we get to this keyframe? Oh, he's right at the door. That's perfect. Wow, that really works out. Okay, cool. So he's able to do all this. He's able to jump up, gets dropped back down, and then he's stuck on the conveyor belt. And he makes his decision to escape. Right there at the door. Awesome. All right, that gives us enough to get a couple of different camera moves in there. And then we'll just reset the belt position here when we cut to the opposite side and start his big dramatic move. So what's this plan here? I wanted him to like jump up onto one of the robot arms and then kind of get swung around to another one. So I wanted kind of two of them to be going at him. Let's just plan a little bit ahead. To get him all the way over here is going to be pretty far. We need to get him close enough that he can jump onto the pile. So, and that whole bit of animation we did was with the middle guy. So we could take him back. Theoretically, we could realistically get him back to this guy. So maybe this is the one he jumps onto, goes up, swings around to here, and then from this one we would need to have, how does this work in the boards? We just see him jump. Okay, so we just cut away. So it's probably fine. So we can actually trick the audience. We can do stuff like this all the time when you're making a film. You see we got this massive gap between here and like way up here where he needs to be. What we can do is we can actually just frame up really tight, or frame up so that you can't even see the hill. And if he just jumps off frame, then we can cut to him landing right here. Totally works. Even though it doesn't make sense, it'll totally work to the audience when you're watching it. So that's just, don't get too hung up on the actual physical location of everything. So, all right, cool. So that's our plan. We're gonna get him back to here, over onto this, and then we're just do a jump cut over to this area. Awesome. All right, that works. Now, let's see. Let's keep going. So, next up, let's start mapping out some of these cameras. I'll just bring this back. Let's go ahead and get this sorted. So we jump to here. All right, so how are we going to play this out? This is going to be fun. We got some action. Let's think about how to do this action cam. So in the boards, he jumps and just gets snatched. And we've got it kind of at this low angle. And then he gets put down. So, okay, we don't have to worry about that too much because the main idea, we just need to make sure we cover the story point, the story beat really well. I'm wondering, could we do anything from this shot? You know, like pan up. I really want to see him in profile running. This is going to be a cool handheld, isn't it? That was one of the ideas, was to have him like running. Bit of handheld camera. But he leaps, right? So I kind of want to get to the profile so that we can't really... I think I want to play a little bit with that illusion to the audience about where he is, like not let them think too much about where he's at. So I do think I want to cut in with a different camera. So let me go ahead and head up to my cameras. And we're going to grab this one and Shift D to duplicate. And we're just going to look through it right here. Control B to make a marker and bind that camera to the marker. And let's call this 900. And this is going to be droid leap. I don't think we have a droid leap yet, do we? Might call it something else. And let's grab all the keyframes for this. We'll delete those. And then let's lock the camera to view. And I'm going to change the lens size. So we were on a 24 here. I might go to like a 35 and just have it different. I just have a different lens size. And where is he? Oh, he's over here. Okay. There he is. Let's pull back. X, rotate Z. So I do think I'm going to need to use my clipping plane here. Now, what do I want to achieve with this shot? He's going to leap. Like, do I want this to be a surprise or do I want to see it coming? I want to come to here. This is kind of a nice frame to focus on. Bring that keyframe over. I'm just going to focus on the droid by selecting it and then hitting full stop. And let me let's find a nice frame. Let's just find something that works. Okay, I do want to pull back a bit further. Switch to local, so I can use the handles to pull it back, just straight back. And then I'm also going to go to my clip start and push that forward to clip through all that stuff. I'm going to stick it to 5. Okay, now let's get this and push that clip a little bit further, maybe 7. Delete those keyframes. I don't want to have any animation yet on this camera. Although we will need to have him in frame. Okay, that clip is going to be a bit of an issue for this camera. Select these and I'm going to set them to linear for now. Okay. Let's try coming across here. If we do it from the let's do it from the point of view of the arm. It's not very good because we don't get a sense of kind of that jump. We lose that jump. moving this around. I feel like we're very far away from him too. Just doesn't help with the action. What if we were to kind of reverse this and like come in really close? That's kind of a cool shot. I really feel like he gets interrupted. I just realized we have 2 jumps. It's kind of annoying. Not quite as nice. It's like, what's he jumping for again? If we then like came up, right, and tilted down. It's going to be a little tough to figure this out without the full motion of the arm. Okay, I also think it's just too complex what we're trying to pull off here. It's going to end up being really disorienting and confusing. I think what we need to do is focus on the fact that we've got this story beat that the thing is going to catch him. That's really what's important. So we need to find a good frame for that. So if he jumps, maybe he jumps in this other shot. So he goes up, up. Let's extend this one. So we come here and let's focus on that X location shot. So we need to add a keyframe here. Just move it there on the X. Set this to linear as well. Not sure why these aren't set to linear. Just trying to match that slope. Once again, get rid of this. And we're gaining on him a bit much, so I just bring it up a bit. And when he jumps, wait for him to jump. And then maybe like a frame later, start to rotate up. Put in, you know, a little bit of lag, like it's a real operator. So up. What happens if we stay there? Where's that rotation? Let's grab the X rotation. Let's just bring that up further. Actually, just bring it all the way over to the end of the shot like this. And then just scale it up so that it's more of a... And I will rotate it so it never quite stops. It's always got a little bit of curve. Scale this one down so that pan up happens in enough time. Let's go further. That's kind of cool. Although I feel it'd be nice if we could see that arm beforehand. Like maybe we need an earlier pose where it's kind of here. You know, it's like poised and ready to go for him. What if it could come down in his way? We kind of experimented with that idea earlier. The idea is that it kind of surprises him though. So he jumps. All right, let's bring the cut up a bit. It's kind of a nice handover that these two cameras are doing now to each other. So, let's just keep him in frame. See, I'm lining him up right in the middle of my crosshairs. Just keeping him in there. I think I am going to have to spline this animation so I can really get these cameras feeling right. Let's have a look at this camera in the graph editor. So this has a natural kind of flow to it. I'm going to select all the camera keyframes and I'm going to set them to Bezier. And then I'm going to have a look at these curves. So I've got a feeling I'll be able to delete some keys and I won't need all these. And some of these like that, just try and create nice rounded curves by having as little keyframes as possible. Oh, that's all right. It looks like it's doing some good work for us. This one, bring it down so it lines up with this. Y and Z. Let's go ahead and take this these two guys. Let's go into pose mode. Select all the bones. Oh, not that guy. Sorry. Where is he? This one. Select all those bones, and let's go ahead and take all this animation. Right click and Bezier. It's going to be messy, but we can make it work. And we'll also take him. Pose mode, and let's get everything from the leap. So from here. So if we select all the bones, grab them all and just go Bezier, and let's just see what happens. Definitely a bit rough, but it's way too strong, like too fierce, like that jerk back. It's like a snap, but you can see it's working. Jump, land, run, run, run. I feel like it might be too disorienting. He also scales there, doesn't he? Gotta get rid of that scale keyframe. Where's that? Is that on this guy? Object, pose, finger master, scale. Yeah, we got some weirdness here. I should just set these to 0 the whole time. Or set them to 1, I mean. Is that all right? No, what did I do? Finger. Need to go to the bone. That's right. There we go. The idea with this camera was to have like some handheld motion, so we should probably put that in as well so we can get a sense of how that's feeling. So we go back to object mode. Okay. Now, let's think about what else we could do. I feel like we need to cover this a bit better. Let's try another camera angle. Could even try, we could try this one on a wider lens. Maybe going 35 wasn't a good idea. Go like a 21 maybe. What I don't like about this shot is that we don't see the conveyor belt at the start of it. So the conveyor belt's kind of like this landmark that grounds us, I think. So I might just, let's shift to duplicate this one. Call this one version 2. And let's head to where this marker is. And let's Control B to change that to bounding to this new camera now. And then let's find a wider angle. It's just a global. I'll grab the little blue square just to slide it on the XY axis. Just bring it back. And actually, I don't want to change keyframes. I kind of like the animation of this. I just kind of bring the whole thing out. So let's go to the curve editor and let's grab the X and Y location. Let's grab those and just grab those curves instead. And let's see, I'll grab the Y. Move it out like this, I think, a little bit. And then let's get that rotation to work. So keep this curve that we've got. We just grab these keyframes and just move them. It'll move the whole, spectrum of animation for us. So we still can't see the platform. I'd have to really come down like this, I think, to see it. And that's weird because our eye is not in that spot. And now I feel like we're so far from the action. Okay, I'm going to delete all the keyframes for this camera. And I'm going to scout around. Maybe zoom in. I don't know. That's the other thing. We kind of turn this into a reaction. Get his reaction to the whole thing. Nice tight shot on him. Yeah, it's definitely better being right there in with him. Do you think? I think it works really well. I don't like this angle, and the animation's bad, so it's giving us a bad read on the shot. But I feel like once we get the animation right, this is where the shot could be. I want to come over a bit more, so on the Y, so I can do that trick again. We just come over here, grab the Y location, and just grab it over. And then let's grab the Z rotation and grab that, move it up on the Y till we're lined up a bit nicer. And then this one we just need to come over a bit further. You can move this other one out of the way. And maybe we could might get some extra mileage out of the shot if we do something like this. It's not bad. I'm going to push my clip start out until we get rid of that hand. Now, I wonder if we could use our other camera at all anywhere in there. So like coming and he jumps. Like I did like the handover to this crazier shot. I mean, let's try that. Let's come back and we will cut in. Maybe up here. Put this one back onto the 35. No, that's way too crazy. What about we do this? It's a little bit better. All right, let's step back a bit. Watch it from a distance. I feel like the emotional state of the character makes me want to shoot low angle on that arm. That was the gut feeling that I just had when I watched that. I was like, actually, I want to see this from a low angle. Right there, that moment. Because I'm in the perspective of this little robot. So maybe I need to have another camera. Like this is a nice moment where we catch his eye. Do a little reaction on him. I mean, we could even potentially push this camera further, like really get on him. I feel like we're too cutty now. Run, jump, grab, swing. And I do feel like I need to be low angle for that. Okay, let's see. What can we do about this? Instead of cutting back here, just get rid of that for now. And then what we should do is with this one, if we are going to do this, need to be rotating down sooner. We should also stop. Let's do that same thing where we follow him. What's going on with the X location of this guy? We're moving back, then we come to a stop. Let's try taking our location down so that we're down low. It's feeling better. I'm going to try and fix up this. I just keep bumping on the way that looks. Let's see, what is going on with this thing? Get my handles here. I can have a look at the local. So it's the Y, looks like, for this thing popping up a bit too harshly. So just smooth this out a little bit. Same here. Just going to smooth this thing out. Let me delete that. Delete that. Let's bring that over here. Okay, this moment here, we need to be X rotation. Let's grab this, bring it up a bit higher to kind of include both of them. Mess that up. sometimes it's easier just to add in the keyframe you want. Okay, we can get this right. This is kind of crazy. Let's interpolate these handle type. Automatic, it's a bit better. I also just bring this up. There's no need to have that down there. Just moving the cut point around until it feels right. And right in here, we're going to cut in, I think. So let's go ahead and get another camera here. So Shift D. This is going to be 1000, version 1. Droid rejected. That's a good name. And let's bind him. Let's bind him right here. And let's get rid of all the keyframes on this guy. And let's zoom in, get a nice close-up. Center him up. Okay, and maybe let's keep moving with him through till here, wherever the in point is. The conveyor belt. So X location, add a keyframe. Also want these to be linear. And let's bring him right back. So that's like a perfect one-to-one locked. All right, I feel like we've made really good progress today with this. I like where this little moment's going. I think it's going to work out really well. So thanks for joining me. I hope you learned a few things and enjoyed the process as well. Hope you're enjoying the short film. And I look forward to continued watching as things progress. So stay tuned to the next episode. Until then, I'll catch you later. Have a fantastic week. Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more like this. Don't forget to check out the Patreon and join the amazing people over there that are helping to support this film and everything that I do. So thank you so much for considering it. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, see you later. Bye.